Hey guys, I just got this sweet new game. It's called The Elder Scrolls Online. Some of you may have heard it before. It looks pretty sweet. The cover looks awesome. It's made by ZeniMax Online. Got some main characters here on the back. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Guess we'll just grab the disc here and we'll shove it in my computer and get to some playing. Okay, so I got the disc in my computer and we're gonna install it right here. Okay, so I obviously speak English right now. So we're just gonna click install and I'll check back with you guys when this is done. Okay, that was a good 3 hours spent of installing the game. So let's just open the launcher here and get to some playing, shall we? Oh. Okay, guess I'll see you guys back when the updates are finished done installing. Could be quite a while. Okay, after that nice little intro that I made there, let's get into the real video. So, I just recently bought a game. It's called Elder Scrolls Online, as you would have already deduced. And I bought it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was a week and a half now. And I've been playing it quite a bit. I actually have been enjoying it quite a lot. And I just thought, you know, why not make a kind of review type video about it? So I guess that's what I'm going to be doing today. I have my notebook in front of me, and I just wrote down a couple of notes as I was playing the game. Some good, some bad. Mostly good though, so that's pretty good. And I'm just gonna go through a few of them. Well, pretty much all of them. I'm gonna go through all of them with you guys here today, and you're just gonna sit there and listen, because that's what you do. Because you can't do anything else besides comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks. Okay, so the first one that I kind of have written down is takes forever to download the updates. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I started downloading the updates, and it automatically installs the updates as you download them. But I installed them like at let's just say I installed them at 5 and they weren't done 5 p.m. I started installing the updates at 5 p.m. and they didn't get done until like maybe 11 o'clock at night. So it takes forever. Well, at least for me it did. But yeah, it takes quite a while to download all the updates. And since, I guess one reason why it took so long was because the game has been out for, I don't know, a month, 2 months now. So they have had quite a few updates, like 5 or 6, I don't know the exact number, but they've had quite a few. So it takes a while to download all of them. So the next point that I have is actually a pretty good one. It has a very secure login system. I really like this because not anybody can just like get on. I'm gonna hack your account. Lols. No, nobody can. Not really many people can do that because you have the way it works is when you open up the launcher and then you start the game. You have to log in from there and you have to put in your email address, I think it is, and your password. But then after you put in your password, you have to actually you have to answer the special whatever question you chose, secure question, otherwise you won't be able to work on that computer. So that is just like another barrier of extra security that they put on the game, which I really like because it makes it a lot harder for hackers to get into your account, unless you give them your info and stuff, which is always not recommended. The next thing that I have is a very in-depth character creator. I really enjoyed the character creator because it gave you just so much customability that it was just ridiculous. I mean, you had like shoulder height, foot growth amount, foot size, fist size, head length, head width, jaw height, all that good stuff, and a bunch of different options. And you could have like tattoos and scars and body piercings, not body piercings. Well, I think there are a couple of body piercings that you could have, but it's not like a giant list. It's just a couple in there. Yeah, and you can have like there's just a ton of stuff you can have. And if you either buy the Explorers pack, which is what I did, or the Imperial Edition, you can have your character play as any race in any faction. And just a side note, I chose to be a Khajiit in the Ebonheart faction. Alliance, whatever you want to call it. So, moving along down my list of stuff, one thing that I immediately noticed was that there was a ton of choices for me to do right at the beginning of the game. Like, I couldn't move 5 feet without seeing, oh, here's another quest you can do, oh, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, here's how to learn the game. There's just a ton of stuff. That's like, what's it called? That's in Bleak Rock Isle that I first noticed that. I didn't notice it until I got out of Cold Harbor, but yeah. So that's really good for new players to just like, or new players to MMOs just in general, to see that there's so much stuff that you can do and a lot of variety of things and quests that you can accomplish. My next thing that I wrote down was that the combat was phenomenal. I really enjoyed the combat in this game, probably more than any other Elder Scrolls game, to be honest. I have played Oblivion and Skyrim, and I didn't really... Their combat was really lackluster compared to Elder Scrolls Online. With Elder Scrolls Online, you have specific branching trees of abilities and stuff that you can put in your hotbar, which is basically like any other MMO. But I really enjoy it because it's in an Elder Scrolls game. Not very many Elder Scrolls games have the abilities bar. Actually, none of them do. But yeah, I just really like the amount of immersion that you have. If you're wearing headphones and you have like your full screen on and everything in your room is dark, it feels like you're in the game. And as far as I know, they don't have Oculus Rift compatibility, although there's probably some mods that'll come out later that have Oculus Rift compatibility. The combat in like Skyrim is basically like you pick up a weapon, you automatically know how to use it, and then you swing it. I mean, there are skills that you can have that like enhance how hard you can swing or how much damage it does, or like what's the chance of critical hits and stuff like that. But nothing like Elder Scrolls Online, where you have special abilities for each weapon, and you can like teleport around and kill things. Well, you can kill things in pretty much any Elder Scrolls game, but it's just a lot more fun to kill things in Elder Scrolls Online. Going along with the lots of quests, I really find that a lot of them were actually really detailed. Each one had like a story about it. It wasn't just, hey, I need this, and then you go get it and then they pay you. It's like, hey, I need this because so and so happened and I lost this, and you go get the item, you give it back to them, and they're like, hey, thanks, also can you go do this for me? Or like, while you're out on the guy's mission getting his thing that he lost because of the thing that happened, you could find yet another person who needs a thing, and another one, and another one. It's just kind of like, you see this, you're doing this quest, and you see another quest. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll be on a quest and I'm going from point A to point B, and I'll see another person's quest. I'll just talk to them really quickly and get their quest so I can do it later if I'm bored, instead of having to try and memorize where they're at, or try and remember how to get to their spot and location, because a lot of times I'll forget the kind of stuff, and I don't want to write it down because that's a lot of stuff to write down. So another thing that I really like about the quest is that you actually make connections with the characters. You don't just talk to them and you never see them again. Well, I guess not all the quests, but the main quest, the main story with the Prophet and Molag Bal and Manamarco. Those quests, or those interactions with like the Prophet, Lyris, and Abner Tharn, and Saisahan, those guys, they really like connect with you. I really like that about this game, because not a lot of games can do that. Like, you actually make connections with the characters and you grow emotionally with them, and when one gets hurt or injured or lost or something like that, you actually feel sorry for them or leaving them behind. So I really like that, and how ZeniMax actually tried to capture you in the experience and to help you get even more immersed in the game. So yeah. This next one is kind of about more gameplay than it is about game story or the storyline. I really like how it doesn't rely on saving like Skyrim does. With Skyrim, if you died, then you kind of just respawned at the last point you saved, which could have been hours ago, which would really, really, really suck. So you had to save often with the F7 button. I think it was F7. That's the quick save button, I think. It might have been something else, I don't know. But you have to press that a bunch, although there was auto-saving features, which I guess helped. But ESO doesn't rely on saving. It's just kind of, you want to stop playing, then you can just press escape and quit the game, or log off, or whatever. And although that does come with a price. If you die, you go to either the beginning of the dungeon or the nearest way shrine. So it doesn't necessarily take your items away or resets your position in the quest. It just moves your location to another place, which again could be really annoying, although I don't think it's as worse as what Skyrim had with the saving. So that's awesome. I really enjoy that. And like I said, it does come with cost. Okay, now we're going to get into the more negative side of comments that I have. The first negative one I have is that it relies on internet speed, which sometimes can be really a downer because let's say your internet's out and you just want to play a game. You can't play ESO because you have to be connected to the internet to play the game. Whereas with older Elder Scrolls games, none of them were online, so you could play any of those. I guess, so if you can't play ESO, you can just go play Skyrim. And there's not a ton of differences with ESO and Skyrim, other that one's online and one's not. And that one has abilities and other and blah 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 blah. But yeah, that is kind of bad how it has to have internet, and decent internet at that. Because sometimes I experience quite a bit of lag, although my internet kind of sucks, so yeah. My next negative comment that I have is there is a lot of walking. Some people have even gone as far as saying that it is basically a walking simulator. Now, I wanted a horse from the start. I did not want to pay the extra $20 for the Imperial Edition, though, because I just felt that it was a waste of money that I could just earn in-game, and it was kind of right. I see, when I'm playing now, I see maybe like 10 or 15 people in one town with a white horse. And I feel like they have been cheated. Like, I feel much better about myself because I have earned that money rather than just spending an extra $20 in real life. I put the effort forth to get, 17,000 gold in game, which also, by the way, took forever. It was painstakingly hard work. It sucked. But I just feel a lot better that I got the horse and they just paid money for it. But it does, with the walking, it does speed up when you get a horse, because with horses how they work is I think they're actually the same speed as you would be sprinting. Although with sprinting you have stamina. And when your stamina goes down to 0 you can't sprint anymore, obviously. And but with horses, their stamina, it's basically infinite. You can sprint indefinitely with horses. Although what the stamina bar is mainly used for with horses is whether or not when you get hit while on horse, if you're gonna fall off the horse or not. If your stamina is at 0, then you're definitely gonna get knocked off the horse. I'm not sure if it takes away stamina when you get hit or if it's just like a chance type thing. I think it takes away stamina, but I'm not positive. So that riding a horse really helps with the walking simulator thing. But yeah. If I were you, I would definitely choose to spend the time to get the money in-game and not spend the extra $20, just because I think it's kind of a cheap way to get extra money. Okay, my next negative comment is that enemies respawn. This can be a touchy subject sometimes, not all the time, not really any time, I don't know why I said that. But the enemies respawning can be good and bad, but I'm going to look at it from a negative standpoint, because sometimes like in Skyrim, when you go through a dungeon or like a castle or something and you kill all the guys in the front, they don't respawn, they stay dead. But in ESO, when you do that, when you go deeper into the castle or dungeon, they respawn. So when you try to go back out, you have to kill like double the enemies that you would in a normal Elder Scrolls game, like Skyrim or Oblivion. So that can be bad. Although the good part of it is that you can actually like stay in an area and just farm kills basically and get money. So that could be helpful if you're trying to get that horse to eliminate the walking simulation. And it's not just limited to normal mobs like skeletons and regular dudes trying to kill you. It's also it branches out to the bosses and big mobs as well, which can really suck. Let me just say that. Like if you just killed a boss and then you have to go eat dinner or gotta go do something, you get up from your computer and you just leave yourself logged on, then you could get totally demolished when that boss respawns. Although what you should do is that you should log off when you get off your computer, which is a smart thing to do. My next negative comment is that the dungeons are a lot smaller than Skyrim's dungeon. In Skyrim, you had massive dungeons that just went deep and deep into the ground. Sometimes I would even find myself lost in them. The map in Skyrim kind of sucks, though. Like the indoors map, it kind of sucks. You gotta admit, it sucks. But the dungeons in Elder Scrolls Online are a lot smaller. It almost seems like they're maybe less than half the size of Skyrim's dungeons, which kind of sucks. Although, hey, look on the bright side, you'll never get lost, because the map is actually a lot better in ESO, although you probably won't need it that much indoors. Although you will need it a lot outdoors, because let me just say, the map is freaking huge! Like, you have no idea, bro. Oh my god, it's massive! Like, really, it's absolutely ginormous. You have no idea. You'll never know how big it is until you actually play the game. It is freaking massive. I can't stress it enough. The world is big. Okay. So this next one, I totally understand why they did it. It just kind of annoys me that they did it. Basically what it is it's looting and ultimate restrictions. What that is when you kill a mob, that's, I think, it might be 6 levels, I'm not sure, it might be 10, I'm not positive. All I know is that when you kill a mob that's low enough level from you, where you're at, you won't be able to loot its body. I understand this because if they let this slide in game, whoa, voice crack much. If they let this slide in game, then higher level people like level 26 and up, or even higher, they could come to Stone Falls and just wreck shop everywhere, wreck everybody's face, all the mobs and stuff, and just get a ton of gold from it. That's why the developers put that limitation in there, so you can't just go somewhere and kill everything in sight and get gold from it. So I think that is more of a restriction, because what my situation is, if you're going through a dungeon that's lower than you, like a group dungeon with only that's meant for 3 or 4 people, and I only have 2 people in my party, so I'm going through the dungeon, and we're killing everything just fine, but when I get to the boss, we're struggling a little bit. So I'm like, okay, I'll just use all my abilities, everything I have. Turns out I can't actually use my ultimate. Want to know why? Because those lower tiered mobs in the beginning didn't give me charge for the ultimate. It doesn't work that way. That is the one thing that I'm really pissed off about. They should not have that. I understand the looting, but not the ultimate one. So basically how the ultimate works is you have it set up in your hotbar type thing, and whenever you want to use it, you just press R, and then it deals a ton of damage. Generally, it depends on what ultimate you have set up. But to use the ultimate, you have to fight good. Basically what that means is successful blocking, successful hits, using abilities successfully, all that good stuff. And yeah, that basically, depending on, oh hey, it's raining. Didn't know that. Depending on what ultimate you have, it changes how much ultimate points it uses. And what an ultimate point is it's like 1 successful block is 1 point, 2 successful blocks is 2 points, a successful hit is a point. It might change how many points it is, I'm not positive on the point system, but you earn points by doing successful things. And you don't get points from lower tiered mobs and stuff like that, and that really annoys me. They should patch that immediately, because I hate that, and I really wish that was not in the game. Well guys, thanks for hearing me ramble for 20 minutes. I really hope you enjoyed it, and remember to leave a like and subscribe, and if you want to keep up to date with everything that I'm doing, you can check out my Twitter and Google+. The links are in the description, and if you want to see more videos, I got some right here that you can click on and go watch some more. Thanks guys, I'll see you later.